right, hello everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Gordon Turns. Today is Friday and I'm going to be doing some romantic recipes, okay? And it is, as you know, Valentine's Day is coming up, and I love to be romantic with my man, just saying, okay? Now, it's supposed to snow, and so this is going to be the perfect weekend for y'all to make some really nice romantic meals and get it on, as Marvin Gaye says. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it on. Oh, baby. Like that. Okay? So, in this video today, we're going to be using those beef shanks that we bought on Cherokee at El Torito Mercado. And we're going to be making some slow cooker, delicious beef shanks with some lemon Parmesan risotto. And then for dessert, y'all, we gonna have some chocolate covered strawberries, a variety box or variety pack. I don't know if I got a box, but I'm gonna put some, put it together in some packages, and it's gonna be really nice. It's gonna be like at least 5 varieties of chocolate covered strawberries. We are gonna eat all of those. And then also I'm gonna be making some rose shaped dinner rolls. So this is gonna be wonderful, and they're gonna be red like roses. Okay, so let me get this prepared here. I'm gonna clean this off a little bit. And also you're gonna need about a ½ cup of flour in a bag here, like I got here. And then I'm gonna show you what's next. But 2 beef shanks at the market cost about $10.90, as you can see here. All right, so let me get these cleaned off and I'll be right back. All right, next I have my meat here. I'm gonna sprinkle on a little bit of salt, just a little bit of salt. And some black pepper. Flip it. Do it the same. Flip it and reverse it. Yeah, I don't know if that means the same thing. A little bit of black pepper. Okay, now I have my skillet here getting hot. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to my skillet there. And then to our flour, I'm going to add about a pinch of salt. I don't want too much salt. I don't want this to be too salty. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of Trader Joe's Green Goddess seasoning, probably ½ a teaspoon, because this stuff is delicious. And some of Trader Joe's onion salt, about a ½ teaspoon. And just a dash of ground white pepper. That's probably about 1/8 of a teaspoon. And then I'm going to shake this bag up here. And then you want to add your beef shanks. Shake those around. So I'm going to add one. This is, like I said, about a ½ cup of flour here, just so we make sure we get it all coated. Go ahead and add your other one. Shake that. And let me get this cleaned up, because you don't want to contaminate. So let me get some bleach and clean this area. All right, so next I'm going to pull my beef shanks out here and add them to my skillet. And you want to sear both sides until the flour is golden brown. And then as you can see, I got my crock pot here with the liner. I want to thank everybody that suggested that I use crock pot liners. I know Clack Clack and a bunch of other people before Clack Clack also told me you should get some slow cooker liners. And I was like, no, my mom didn't use those. And so, yeah, I'm not my mother. So, yeah, I use them now. I think they are a lifesaver, like y'all told me. And, yeah, thank you. See, that's what the power of TikTok and YouTube will do for you. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. So, let's get these browned, and then we're going to move on to the next step. All right, next, I'm going to take these out of my skillet here. Add them directly to my slow cooker. You can see they have a nice sear on those. All right, next I'm gonna add, I got all my seasoning back here because I was running out of space here. And then pull these forward. All right, now I have some garlic, and I'm gonna add a couple tablespoons of garlic because we just love us some garlic here. All right, and then also here I have 1 whole onion chopped, 2 stalks of celery, and 2 carrots chopped here. You want to add those. And then I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. 2 heaping tablespoons. All right, now I'm gonna add a couple bay leaves. And I actually pulled out too. A teaspoon of white pepper. All of these are gonna be a teaspoon. A teaspoon of thyme. And this is ground dry thyme. A teaspoon of tarragon. And a teaspoon of dried parsley flakes. All right, and then we're gonna add some beef broth. You wanna add about 2 cups of beef broth. All right. Then I'm gonna cover this and let this go for at least 6 hours. And it's about 10 o'clock now. We're probably gonna be eating at about 6. So this will be perfect, 10. I mean, that's 8 hours from now, but we're gonna cut this off before that. But this is gonna go for about 6 hours. That beef is gonna be so tender. And you're gonna have a nice sauce. And then we're gonna put this on top of some Parmesan lemon risotto. All right, because I bought a thing of like risotto rice and I needed to use that risotto up. I just don't like having stuff on my shelf that's not used, especially in this economy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what else I did today? I pulled out all of my pajamas that are like onesies because I love feeling like a bear. You know, like Peter said in Family Guy. So I buy onesie pajamas. And I have a pair on right now that I bought from like back in the day. They got like donuts on them. Can you see them donuts? I just love this onesie. This is one of my favorite. And I bought my daughter one just like this. We supposed to have a onesie day, but I don't know, you know. Okay, so yeah, pull out your onesie and cook along with me on this soon to be snowed in weekend. And then also join us live because we're going to be live at the house. We're going to go out, look at the snow as it's falling on Saturday and just have a great time, y'all. All right. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And you'll see this when it's all done. All right, y'all. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. It's Gordon Turns. So today I'm going to be making some roll-shaped garlic cheese buns, okay? So first, you're going to need a ½ cup of warm water. And you're going to need 1 tablespoon of honey. I like to do a heaping tablespoon here. Mix that around a little bit in that warm water. Okay, next you're going to need some red food coloring. So we're going to be making these the color of roses as well. Probably about ½ teaspoon. Mix that around in there. Next, you're going to need 1 teaspoon of yeast. Give that a mix. And then once this yeast is activated, I'll be back to finish up our roses. Okay, so our yeast is foamy, as you can see. And now I'm going to add my first cup of flour. I'm just using all-purpose flour. All right, now I'm going to mix this together here. Okay, scrape down your sides here. Okay, now I'm going to add a ½ tablespoon of olive oil. ½ teaspoon of salt, and another ½ cup of flour. And we're going to mix this together until it starts to pull away from the sides. And then we're going to let the machine knead this for about 5 to 8 minutes, or 10 to 12 if you're doing it by hand. So let's get this mixed, and then I'll show you what it looks like before you need to start kneading. All right, as you can see, the dough has pulled away from the sides, and I did scrape it down a little bit, but it did pull away from the sides. And so now I'm going to let this knead my dough. Okay, so I'm also going to add a ½ teaspoon of minced garlic to my dough here in my last couple minutes of kneading, so we can have a nice garlic infused spread. Okay, so here's our finished dough. I'm going to spray my bowl here, with some olive oil spray. Okay, and then I'm gonna get my dough, form it into a nice ball. Put it in my bowl here, spray the surface lightly. Okay, and then I'm gonna cover this and let this rise for about 1 to 2 hours or until double in size. You wanna place it in a warm area. All right, y'all, so now we're gonna put make the cream cheese filling for our rose bread. So you need about 2 ounces of soft cream cheese. And then I'm gonna add a couple tablespoons of Parmesan cheese, shredded Parmesan. Pinch of salt. About a half teaspoon of parsley flakes. That's too much. Okay. And some black pepper. And then also, you want to add about a half teaspoon of minced garlic. And then we're going to mix this together. All right, so we lightly flour our surface, and here is our dough, and it has arisen. You want to punch that down. Spread that out just a little bit, and then I'm going to cut this into 4 nice-sized pieces. So I'm just going to cut it in half, and then cut it in half again. Okay. You know what, let's form our little balls here. And then we're going to form these little balls. And then once we get these formed, we're going to roll these out and form our roses. Okay, next you want to roll out your balls here to about a 1/4 inch. Pull that out. Okay. Next, we're going to cut 4 little side slits here. And then I'm going to take my scoop and put a little bit of our mixture right in the middle. And then we're going to fold in our first side, pinch that together, fold in our next side, and there we go, y'all, our first rose. Isn't it so pretty? Okay, I'm gonna put this on our baking sheet, and then I'm gonna do another one. All right, so you're gonna get your dough ball, roll it out to about a 1/4 inch. One, 2, 3, 4. Cheese. Pull that up. Pinch. 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 Stretch that a little bit more. Pinch that close as well. That is so cute. That is beautiful. We have our rolls, our cheese-filled garlic bread, roll-shaped. Okay, so here are our finished rolls. Stuffed rolls, cheese bread, cheese buns. These are going to be delicious, y'all. All right, garlic too. I forgot that. So you want to spray them lightly with a little spray. And that's just so the wrap doesn't stick. And then we're going to cover these and let these rise again for about 45 minutes to 1 hour. All right, now you need 1 egg and about a tablespoon of water. You want to whisk that together really well for our egg wash. You want to uncover your buns. These look so cute. All right, and then we're going to brush on some egg wash. Okay, next, I'm going to put on some sesame seeds. Got about a half a teaspoon. I'm just going to split this up. All right, and then I'm going to take some grated Parmesan Romano and sprinkle on a little bit of that as well. And I have my oven preheated to 350. These are going to go in, and then you will see them once they're done. They look so cute. Okay, yeah, here's my rose bread. So I melted about 2 tablespoons of butter, a half a teaspoon of minced garlic, and a half a teaspoon of honey. And I'm going to brush the tops of my bread here. And my oven is off. I'm just going to sit these in the oven so that this can melt into the bread a little bit. And then I'll let you see what these look beautiful, y'all. They actually do look like roses, so that's cool. Being that they're red roses. You know, red roses come in many colors, but yeah, this is so cute. All right, I'm going to put these back in the oven. Let this soak in, and our bread will be done. Make sure your oven is off, okay? Okay, here are the finished breads. They look so good. Can't wait to eat these. All right, so I'm gonna let these cool, and then we're gonna have this with our beef shanks and risotto. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay, now we're gonna make our lemon Parmesan risotto. So you want to add a couple tablespoons of olive oil. Grab a spoon here. You're going to need half of an onion, minced. A tablespoon of minced garlic. Saute this for a couple minutes. And then you're going to need 3 cups of stock. So I'm going to use the rest of that beef stock I had, and then, which is about a little bit under a cup, and then 2 cups of chicken stock. Okay, so you want to let this saute for about a minute or so. Okay, next you need a half cup of arezzo. This is not arezzo. This is a rebo. You want to add that to your pot there. Put it down a little bit. Give you a close up of that. That's what it should look like. They look so good. Okay. Let this saute for about a minute or so. All right, next you want to add your broth. That's 1 cup. We need 2 more. Two. Okay, 3. And I'm going to let this come to a boil, and then we're going to cover it and let it steam. So let this come to a boil. Okay, next you want to add the zest of 1 lemon. Stir that around there. And then I'm going to let this boil for at least a full minute. And then I'm going to cut it off, cover it, and let this steam. And I'll see you once it's done steaming. So boil for 1 full minute, cover, cut the heat off, and then let this steam. Like you do rice, you know. Okay, so as you can see, there is still a little bit of fluid left here in my risotto. So I'm going to bring this up to a boil again. And then you need the juice of 1 full lemon. So I'm going to squeeze that in. Making sure I don't get any seeds in there. Okay. All right, then I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. About 2 tablespoons of chives chopped. All right, and then I'm going to add about a 1/2 teaspoon of green goddess seasoning. This is optional if you don't have a Trader Joe's near you. About a 1/2 teaspoon of onion salt, Trader Joe's. And about a 1/2 teaspoon of white pepper, ground white pepper. All right, and then you're going to need about a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. All right, I'm going to mix that in here. Turn this down a little bit. It smells so good. Okay, let me grab a spoon. Let me see if I need any salt. Let me show you what this looks like. Oh my gosh, look at this. Okay, so we're going to try this. See if you need any salt. Add just a little dash of salt. Oh my gosh, that is good. It's like lemony, cheesy, creamy. It's really good. It's like great for today too, because it's like negative something degrees outside right now. And that lemon, boy. All right, so I'm gonna just let this go for another minute or so until it thickens up a little bit more, and then I'm gonna serve this with our beef shanks. Good afternoon, everybody. So we are driving down, heading to Fairground Park, and I noticed this building here off McPherson. I saw like gold, and I was like, oh my gosh, that looks so pretty. I don't know what this is. This is beautiful. We got to get the hell out of here and see. Okay, they ain't gonna know. But yeah, we gonna look at this building right here because it's beautiful. It has gold accents. You can see there's Lindell. Okay, let's see here. And ain't it pretty with the snow? It's dangerous, but it's beautiful. I'm saying dangerous because you can fall and bust your whole butt, you know. All right, let me look at this building. I wanted to get a close-up look with y'all because I know how y'all also like to see the unique architecture. Look at this building. What the hell? Is that an Egyptian head in the middle?
Yeah.
Wow. It is. You see it right here?
Let's see.
You're finna get the history on it, I'm sure. Yep. We gonna cross because I gotta get a close look at this building. I know this has all types of symbolism in it. I don't know how I never noticed this building here before, but you can see all the snow. Wow. This is the Moolah Temple. Gold. Beautiful, like jade. That's incredible. I don't know. I never noticed this before. Let's see. I'm gonna go up these steps just because I'm nosy.
Moolah Temple, located at 3821 Mendel Boulevard near McPherson Avenue in St. Louis Midtown Grand Center, is a historic 1914 Moorish revival building designed by Helfelsteller, Hirsch, and Watson. Formerly home to the Moolah Shriners, it features distinctive red brick terracotta trim and Islamic architectural motifs. So this was a Shriners Temple. It was a lot of Shriners Temple.
They said 1914 for this?
That's what they said, yeah.
Is it still open?
What
is this, Dragons?
As a Shriners Temple, it probably looks like it's a bowling alley. But it seemed like it was a lot of those Shriners Temples, because the B building was a Shriners Temple along
like
Lindo
a Scottish Rite Mason.
Well, yeah, it was all different type of Mason buildings on Lindo. Probably that the rich would, come and do. They had their little meetings. Yeah, built between 1912 and 1914. Served as the Moolah Temple for the Mystic Shriners, the Mystic Shrine.
Really?
For the St. Louis Shriners until 1988. It was the 28th Shrine Temple chartered.
Ain't this a store?
Well, this is like, it's like that, but it looked like a store, David.
Yeah. And then it's got lotuses on here, which are like Egyptian.
All Egyptian. They call it Moorish. Well, the Moorish
were
African.
Yeah.
They were Africans first, yeah.
Wow. This is a beautiful building. Look at the big columns that are right there, the gold columns. And the gold trim is what just caught my eye.
Yeah, now it's called the Moolah Lanes. It's a movie theater. It's a theater and bowling alley.
It says St. Louis Cinema. We need to, if they still showing movies here, we need to come. Let's walk down this side and get a view on this side over here. This is a beautiful building. I wonder if they still are actually open. Yeah, that was just one that we saw. I thought was beautiful. Now you can see it's an old house next to it too. Yeah. Don't know what that is. And then it's another building next to this. So this was just all.
It was shrine. It was temples. With whatever Masonic group you was in, you came here to do your little mystic rituals, whatever they did.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that was a building quickie right there. We just saw it, and I just had to stop. It's down here.
Yeah, it was one of those Masonic temples.
Wow. All right, y'all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Shriners.
Okay, so my husband is home.
Hey guys. Hey kids.
All right. So I'm gonna serve up dinner. So our beef shanks are done, but first I'm gonna put in a little bit of our lemon Parmesan risotto in the bowl. Let you see that. It look good, don't it? And then I'm gonna see if I can get out one of these shanks without it just falling completely apart, which it probably will. Okay.
Ooh, boy.
Let's get that bay leaf off.
Cold.
It is freezing outside. Okay. You can see that beef shank there. They look delicious. And then I'm going to put on a little bit of Parmesan cheese.
Don't you start it.
Don't, Max.
Stop it. Don't start it.
He's insane. And then we're going to also have with that one of our rolls. Cheese stuffed buns here. And I just took these out of the oven to warm them up again. But here are our buns. So this is what we're having for dinner. We have our slow cooker beef shank with lemon Parmesan risotto and homemade cheese stuffed rolls, dinner rolls. All right, y'all, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And this is what we having for dinner tonight. What are you having? Stay warm. It is freezing outside. I think it's like negative something. And then we got snow coming tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget again, like, share, and subscribe.